An explosion rocked a South LA neighborhood last night, injuring 17 people and damaging nearby homes and cars. I want to welcome our viewers to CBS 2 News at 11 and streaming on CBS in Los Angeles. I'm DeMarco Morgan. Today, there are still several streets blocked off, and it could be days before some neighbors are let back home. We have live team coverage for you, beginning with CBS 2's Tina Patel at the scene near 27th Street in Stanford. Tina, good morning.
DeMarco, a national response team with the ATF is expected to arrive here later today. They are going to help reconstruct this explosion and figure out why it didn't go as planned.
What happened in this truck? Structurally, why did it come apart?
Bomb techs with the LAPD used this specialized truck with an iron chamber to detonate homemade fireworks and other hazardous materials on a regular basis. But last night, their attempt to safely dispose of about 10 pounds of these improvised explosive devices failed. 17 people, both officers and people in the neighborhood, were injured in the explosion, although everyone is expected to recover. This morning, many are asking why officers would conduct such a risky operation in a neighborhood.
When the techs find a substance that's really volatile and very dangerous, they try to detonate it in place because it's just too dangerous to transport on a normal vehicle.
Officers say they spent all day in South LA after getting a tip about a man selling fireworks from his home. They arrested 27-year-old Arturo Cejas III and confiscated 5,000 pounds of safe and sane fireworks that had been brought in from out of state. Last night, LAPD Chief Michael Moore said the ATF would be helping with their investigation.
Not just that individual, but who supplied him with this amount of fireworks and these improvised devices.
They know this won't be their last call about illegal fireworks before the Independence Day holiday. Illegal fireworks were being set off nearby as the investigation was going on overnight. So the chief says they will do everything possible to figure out why this detonation failed.
To identify what was either missed or the equipment standards or what we can do to avoid this type of circumstance from ever happening again.
Now, the chief says he is grateful that a neighbor tipped officers off to the fireworks here, and he's asking others to keep their eyes open and report anything suspicious before the 4th of July holiday, because he says even though a lot of people might think that fireworks are harmless fun, he says this incident proves that they are dangerous and sometimes even deadly. DeMarco?
It most certainly does. Tina, before you go, what more do we know about the suspect at this hour?
Well, investigators are talking to him, and they say right now it seems that this was just a crime of greed. He was trying to make money, but he did put people in danger, including his 10-year-old brother who lived with him. Child Protective Services is now getting involved with that. He's being held on $500,000 bail.
All right, Tina Patel reporting live in South LA. Tina, thank you for that. We continue our coverage this morning with CBS 2's Joy Benedict, who is live with what neighbors are saying about that terrifying explosion. Joy, good morning to you.
Good morning, DeMarco. Yeah, they're saying it was terrifying. That is the word that everybody is using to describe exactly what happened here late last night. As you can see behind me, the scene is still very clear. It is very active, and it is going to stay this way, we are told, for several days, putting dozens of people out of their homes. It was an explosion that rocked South Los Angeles.
It felt like a really hard earthquake.
But I definitely felt it, like it shook my whole body.
As an armored police vehicle literally exploded.
And we just saw a glass fly. It shattered everything.
Afterwards, we were able to see an older lady like bleeding from her face. We saw two men, like older men too, bleeding from the face.
The impact was so great it flipped nearby cars, shattered windows, and part of the truck hit the roof of this home 3 football fields away, landing in the yard.
All our windows were broke. From my bedroom to my brother's room, like everything was shattered, even pictures.
Giovanna Martinez and her brother were pulling into the alley behind their apartment when it happened.
Honestly, I don't know what went so wrong that, a whole armored vehicle that's meant to withstand bombs, got destroyed into pieces.
And that is the question being asked. After 17 people, including 6 neighbors, were injured in the blast, the LAPD says they attempted to evacuate the area before they detonated the explosives.
After the explosion, discovered that some folks were still within that vicinity that didn't answer the door. And that's how we discovered that some folks were injured.
The Martinez family is now staying at the Red Cross shelter around the corner as the LAPD called in a national ATF team to investigate whether this was human error or a failure in the truck.
I think what's more terrifying is that they were to be able to create these IEDs to be so powerful and intense to destroy a whole armored vehicle.
And as this neighborhood is left to pick up the actual pieces, they want answers. But today they are thankful to just have survived.
Things are temporary, but lives aren't, so at least we're happy that, there wasn't any deaths.
And that is, of course, the best news of all, because it's clear it could have turned out differently. Now, the Martinez tell me that the police did actually evacuate their father and sister before they detonated this device, but they happened to be away from home. They didn't know any of this was going on, and they pulled in the alley behind the street, and that's why they were there when the explosion happened. DeMarco.